Excellent. Ben said, people love commuting. So hold that in your head while we talk about this. We've come up with, in a nutshell, an app which you use to compete to shave time off your journey. And then add in all the sort of wonderful functions that apps have. Basically, the way we got to the idea was by sort of having just quick fire ideas which we put on post-it notes and then categorise them a little bit. So the lurid ones, the actual ideas, technology are the green ones, commuting qualities are the pink ones. And then after a while we got to one idea that we liked, that one, and then started to flesh it out with the orange post-it notes. And then it was suggested we came up with an elevator pitch, which is this. So essentially, this app is for competitive commuters. What does it deliver? Basically stats on your commute. We looked at speed, price, and niceness as the categories. It's not like Foursquare, because Foursquare is a bit more location-based. It's less passive than this particular app. And basically, it sort of bookends your journey, and it allows you to sort of link into all sorts of things like Google Maps and maybe sort of other APIs that are suitable. I think tweeting the journey as well. And then it was suggested as we were sort of coming up to this that we did scenarios. So before I hand over, I'll just read you the scenario that I did. Dave has to commute via car. He can be late. His measure of success is being less late. He puts his phone in its holder in the car and presses go on the app. His journey has begun. He drives considerately and carefully and shaves 5 minutes off his journey. The GPS checks him in at his location automatically. The readouts are in the green. Later, he goes to the app and rates his journey as good. He has set it to tweet a good journey, and he gets a DM from his boss, who he lives next door to, congratulating him on his morning run and reminds him he is still late. I hand over to fill in a few of the details.
Yeah. So the basic idea is that for any journey that you take, then there are these three different things that you can be trying to optimize. You can either trying to get there as fast as possible, or leave as late as possible, but still get there in time, and so on and so forth. There's also
in a nutshell.
Sorry, okay. There's also price, obvious, and also niceness. So if you're walking somewhere or if you're going somewhere, then you might want to go on a different route that might be more scenic or something like that, or whatever.
And there will be we see like a league table evolving from this, so you will have the fastest person from one location to another, such as Waterloo to Liverpool Street. Who's the winner? And that'll be your goal, to beat either your friends' best times, if you have friends who do the same commute, or if not, just beat somebody else. So it's really pushing the competitive sort of nature of the app.
And it'll track where you go and stuff kind of in the background, and so you can do whatever.
Quickly, questions, anybody? Oh, quite a few.
Kind of a comment. I would say kind of like the gamifying kind of thing. If someone's going to win, why not also award badges?
Yeah. I was going to say, we didn't have enough time.
Like discounts at things at your location, or vouchers. So if you're the winner that day, you get the free coffee at Liverpool Street or whatever.
Quickly, next question.
Will some journeys, will it be possible to show that some journeys would have been done illegally?
Illegally?
We were worried about it on the car, weren't we?
Yeah.
Because of the,
kind of
making a speed thing with car is obviously
Maybe hard to prove.
10-second question, quick.
Is it just speed based?
What do you mean?
Is it?
Oh no, so the competitive thing will be more speed based, but then there's also kind of price and niceness, so you can have a particular route and then you can discover new routes, if you want to optimize a different thing.
It might be longer, but it's cheaper and nicer.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to have to go on to team 9, is it now?
Yep.
Please.
Our app is called Competitive Commuter. We shortened our elevator pitch just a bit because we simplified it. We want to focus on that, and it is a game for competitive and smart commuters that allows them to interact with their journey in previous times. So here's going
that's okay.
to present these screens.
I'm just going to use a test myself. Okay, so this is the first time that you would load a competitive commute on your phone. You know, sort of starting your journey in the morning, and I guess there's this thing to do with the. Press the green button and you start the journey. And what it does is now you're monitoring your journey and how long it takes, and you'll get this nice huge number there, which is basically counting up. That's the length of your journey. And you know, when you get to wherever you're going, the simple thing to do is press finish. And that is your first ever use of the Competitive Commute app, which will reward you with this screen telling you finished your journey. Your first journey is complete. You get badges as well, and sort of you can rate it with a happy or a sad face. So we're sort of beginning to measure a few things in terms of, you know, how long it was and did you actually enjoy it, and there's an incentive with the badges. Of course, the extra element is your second journey. Let's say it's an equivalent journey the next day, and you load up the app again. The screen's slightly different. You might be able to, in the future, select different commutes or destinations where you build up a bit of a history. But, you know, let's just press the start button again.
So that, at that point, though, you could have you start the drama of your second journey, which is now competing against your first journey time. You could have Indiana Jones sort of little clip of that theme, and so it starts you off and
Add like a ghost card.
gets the adrenaline going.
Like you picture in your mind is if you ever played Mario Gran Turismo, you are following the ghost car at this point, trying to beat your score. The score you're trying to beat is in red at the top. That's your, you know, sort of a few minutes ahead of the previous version, so it's green because you're doing well. And during the journey, you might click on the checkpoint, which I'll just be really quick to show you this. The checkpoint will allow you to add in sort of details of your location, what you've been doing, change of transport, you know, the time of the checkpoint. There's a lot of scope for development of that. And when you get to the end of the second journey, you'll see this screen, and you've got an extra 5 minutes on it. So you lost 5 minutes, get a new badge, and you know, they get happy. And that is basically how it works. And now,
yeah. So we mentioned badges briefly and happy and sad face, and we also thought that we could have like various statistics of, for example, so checkpoints are kind of like laps, or like, you know, when you change from walking to getting on the bus or something, then you might say, okay, I've done that now. So you can do, like, if there are two different ways of getting to a place, then you could say that way, like, you can measure which one took shortest, and so you can see the effects of checkpoints on arrival time. And you can do stuff like seeing your average start time and your average arrival time and that kind of thing, and like your best and worst times, and so like lots of statistics and like fun little things that you can do. Obviously there'll be like, you know, sharing on Twitter and all the social stuff, but you can also do stuff like, or you might be able to in the future versions leave like kind of like geocache information for others to find, like, you know, tips or whatever. You could have stuff like you select 2 points, like your start point and your end point, and then you can challenge people to beat your time. And then also you have badges, like, you know, you've passed 3 McDonald's on your way, so you get the McDonald's badge, or, you know, whatever. So I think that's most of our kind of like, that's the stuff we build in version 2 and beyond. Yeah. Anything else?
I mean, we did a little bit of user testing, just kind of ran it by a couple of people. And I think things like, yeah, we might run out of time, so.
Yeah, they're trying to learn.
Questions?
Yeah.
So you guys, so you guys were obviously potentially running into feature creep.
Yeah.
So how do you, while working as a team, decide what was in and what was out?
We basically tried
That's
to...
a big learning, right?
Yeah. We tried to work out what is the basic feature of this. It's a stopwatch. And then everything else we can just add on, and that's fun. So that's how we...
And how did that dynamic play out within a team?
There were lots of like, well, can't we have this? And then that sort of thing.
There was smiling.
It was fine. It went really well.
For the basic thing, I think we were all in agreement, like, because we broke it down to really a...
Because it is an important thing, right?
Yeah.
It-
I mean, the checkpoints thing and how that would work, we're still not sure.
I think,
There are 45 minutes discussing this page.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
ideally the user testing, if, you know, getting to do more user testing probably would have helped us focus a little bit more. Obviously, it's a short amount of time, but I think that is an important part of helping that in the end.
The Wizard of Oz user testing we were talking about worked was pretty well.
The solution was always to simplify, though.
Yeah.
Really, when it came down to it. So it was always just stopped the sort of discussion at that point, isn't it?
Plus you get people using your application or whatever and you can start getting feedback that way.
Yep.
One more question, anybody?
I was just going to say, so your start and stop is user generated, right? So how do you prevent cheating? Like, for example, if I'm so close to my 5 seconds, I mean, I'm going to hit stop even though I'm not there yet.
Well, I think that
Because it tracks your time. Yeah, we forgot. Sorry, the checkpoint. When you do the checkpoint, that will have your location through GPS and whatever else you enter as tags. So that will be, and also the time of day and all of that, and then we can have like fun statistics for that.
also in the first version, you're just competing against yourself. So, I mean, we thought about putting in a leaderboard or something in the future, but, I mean, is it really?
You're only cheating yourself.
Yeah.
I think we need...
Okay.
So that's.